It is turned down, and here we are. Look at that. Welcome. Whew. Looks like Jeff's jumping on there. Got a few comments on there already we'll have to touch on. Sounds like he's got some interesting things coming up here fairly shortly. Right? I'm just trying to get situated with what we've got here because we've got stuff. Yeah, I know. Is it live or is it green screen?
Well, it doesn't have a weird white border, so I'd say it's live.
Well, we may have a few things up our sleeves later on during the show. Ooh,
I did not mix that very well.
chocolate milk. You didn't bring me any chocolate milk? Man, I just got my water, though. I do have my water. Anyway, welcome to the WDWpov live stream show. Jeff, nice to see you out there. He says he's going to be heading up to Walt Disney World on Friday, getting the dogs groomed at the kennel. I'll get to Anthony. You can talk to Anthony. And he's going to snoop around, get some pictures. Hey, Jeff, if you get some pictures, feel free to post some on our group.
You know who to send them to.
Yeah, send them to him.
No. Send them to him.
Did you want to get on that screen too? You could. I know I got a Facebook screen there somewhere, and then you can go to the POV one there, and then from there you're going to go to the page. And then you can see what other people are seeing. We've got screens galore here right now. So we're still trying to get
windy, stormy Jersey store.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, go up. Right there. Click on that. And that'll get you to... Nope, that's not what I wanted you to click. Go back. Click on... There you go. That's it. Like I said, we've got so much stuff here. It's ridiculous.
It's been pretty windy and stormy up here, too.
Yeah, we actually... It's been raining a lot today. We didn't really get the really, really heavy winds that they were calling for earlier this morning and last night. But
Stan Solo is out there. What?
Man, everybody's jumping in here all of a sudden. And you know what? I thought I had typed this. Look at this. I didn't even hit that. Boom, there it is.
Yeah, I was like... For some reason, Reamstream appears to be saying that the show will be starting in a few minutes.
I had typed it. I said, we will be starting in just a few minutes.
It's snowing up there, too.
Oh, Stan's got to be having snow. Yeah, they got probably like another foot of snow going till the end of doomsday up there. But anyway, Anthony, nice to see you. Annette from the windy Jersey Shore. Yes, nice to see you there. Stan, as always, nice to have you on. And yes, the show has started. Welcome. Oh, we've got sound coming over here. We got to mute this, or else we're going to get some reverb. Right there. There we go. Look, see? Simple as that. I might actually show you our setup here a little later in the show. No, actually I will. Like I said, I've got a few things up my sleeve today. Green screen. Yes or no? Is it there? Is it not there?
Well, I'm here. I know it's not there.
You do not know it's not there.
Yes, I do.
You do not know that the green screen is not there.
That trick doesn't work on the weak-minded.
What? You mean it doesn't work? You just said it doesn't work on the weak-minded. So that means you must be weak-minded.
Only works on the weak-minded. Well, okay, where is this?
I think
where's the hidden camera?
The hidden camera? I will show you the hidden camera later on. You'll just have to bear with us for a little bit. Yeah, we got a few things up our sleeve.
Would you please stop doing that?
Okay, I'll do it on this side. A few things up our sleeve. Anyway.
Stan knows it's not there.
Is it or isn't it? Is it live or is it Memorex? Maybe we're not really here, Stan. Maybe we're just a figment of your imagination. Yeah, I snuck figment in there.
Well, he should be admitted to a psych ward then.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome.
It's very sobering when your hallucinations start telling you should go to a psych ward.
Yes, the hallucinations here telling Stan he needs to go to a psych ward. That's good. I like that. Welcome to the WDWpov live stream show. It is April 13th. Can you believe it? It's almost halfway through the month already. And I am Jeff.
Marcus.
And he is Marcus. Want to do this since we're not allowed to shake hands? You're not supposed to shake hands anymore. That's completely out.
We live in the same house.
I know. We live in the same house. But
let's bring it back to Disney in some way.
There you go.
There we go.
That's good. See, that's what we could do now. We could do the...
You're still touching.
I know you are still touching, but anyway, what's Stan saying?
I have a weird imagination, but not this weird.
Yeah, nothing can be this weird, Stan.
Low blow, Stan.
Absolutely nothing can be this weird. So what was Nanette saying about it being a wild day? Live right near the Island Beach State Park, and they clocked, 82-mile-per-hour winds. Not good. Not good at all. And who just joined us here? Becky. Becky, looks like Becky just joined us. Welcome to the show. Anyway, today we're going to discuss, we actually have topics again. Can you believe that?
Yeah, right.
We'll get through them. Yes, we have a couple of topics tonight. We're going to talk about Bob and Bob. Not necessarily Bob versus Bob, or Bob against Bob. But I'm sure probably all of you have heard something overnight and this morning and today about Bob Iger.
I've heard nothing.
He has heard nothing. He could care less. He doesn't even care. He couldn't care less. How's that? Anyway, Mary's out there. Mary.
Saying I could care less means that I care just enough that there's still about this much that I couldn't care about.
See, but I think you could care less. You're probably you're like at this point, and you could care just a little bit more less. That's how I think you're at. Anyway, no notification, Mary says. That's odd. Interesting. Okay.
I don't think I got a notification.
That's weird because, let me check mine here real quick. It could be, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook.
I got 10 billion different...
Yeah, you know what? That's odd. That makes sense. Okay, that's why it started off a little slow.
I got 10 billion different notifications.
But, okay. So, anyway, if you could, share it out to your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, anyone who you think would enjoy or not enjoy watching the show. So... yeah, that's weird, Mary. I know, Facebook sometimes does some weird things. Sometimes it doesn't post things like you think it should. I started the show the same way I normally do, and, everything looked like it fired up like it should.
Well, Stan, you and I are both going to experience this information at the same general time with a possible 7-second delay.
So Stan hasn't heard about Bob. I cannot believe that, Stan. I really cannot believe that.
Or Bob.
What's that?
Or Bob.
What, Bob can't believe it either?
No. What? He hasn't heard anything about Bob or Bob.
Or Bob, yeah. You know what, Stan? It's some basically new information. It's just been coming about overnight and this morning.
It's a bobsled.
And I'm actually going to maybe depend on Mary on a little bit of this too, because I don't have all the facts. When do I? Do I ever have all the facts? I never do. But Mary... Jeff is here, shared you guys to my other Disney Facebook group, which I help admin. Thank you, Jeff. That's cool. With a cool guy named Dax. Nice. We'll have to check it out.
Someone sent the Stan the info earlier.
You can put the name of that there too if you'd like to, Jeff. If you want to admit to, if you want to actually have that group associated in any way with this show.
I found the green screen.
You're ruining all my surprises.
What surprises?
We've got so much fun going on tonight. Okay, here's what we're going to have to do. Okay, everybody's talking to each other. Cool. Always love everybody chatting. And what are you looking at? You're in a weird mood tonight.
Hey, I willingly introduced myself.
Stan says he hasn't been on Facebook all day today. He got home, had a shower. Thank you for that, Stan. Thank you for having that shower. Ate dinner, called his brother, and then came here and started watching the show. Look at that.
Steve Browning has joined.
Steve's out there. Howdy, Steve. Hollywood Crawford, thank you for joining us. She sent Stan the info earlier. Yeah, he didn't look at any of it.
Yeah.
Holly, I don't know why.
Just shows how much he cares.
He doesn't. He really doesn't care. So Laura's here from sunny Florida. Thanks for joining us.
Literally, Stan couldn't care less.
He couldn't care less. He absolutely couldn't care less. So, Mary says she hasn't heard anything. I can't believe this.
Well, you have to rely off of your...
I guess I'm going to have to rely off of my
Hollywood Crawford.
Yeah, Holly could probably help out with some of this too. I've read a few things about it. It's still, I think a lot of it is still up in the air. Let's just jump into it. How about that? Let's just jump right into the...
Honestly, I have no opinion on it.
So here's what's going on. So the New York Times had posted something, basically making it sound like a pretty strong argument that Bob Iger is sort of stepping back into his role that he retired from just back in February.
What do you guys think of the Bobs?
Annette's
read about the Bob.
What's Annette saying? I've read about Bob. Okay, so Annette, if you've got some comments, please add it in here.
What about Bob?
What About Bob? That's a good movie, by the way. You ever seen What About Bob? Great show, great movie. But anyway, so
okay, somebody's paranoid here.
What's that? Stan said, I haven't even checked the COVID-19 numbers since noon. Usually check them at least 5 times a day. I didn't even know they came up with the numbers 5 times a day. Did you know that?
No, I don't keep track of that.
No. Anyway, so Laura says she looked it up when she got the notification of the show. There you go. See, so we're helping bring some.
Okay,
we're bringing some awareness to the Disney community out there.
You clickbaited titled people.
I did, didn't I? Battle of the Bobs.
Yeah, seriously.
Battle of the Bobs. See, I wouldn't call it a battle, but that's exactly what. Now, see, it's not clickbait though, because
literally everyone here is already coming anyway.
If I put this, if I had put this on a blog post and I put Battle of the Bobs, that's clickbait, because then you're getting people to click on it to read the article. But this is just
the only instance where I could think of Bob's battling is bobsledding.
True. But so anyway, so Bob Iger appears to be stepping back into the role that he just retired from.
It wasn't really retiring. It was more resigning.
2 months ago, roughly?
It wasn't retiring. It was resigning with disgrace, I thought.
Well, see, here's the thing. A lot of this is still up in the air. Okay, Mary's posting something from Fox Business. Thank you. Pushes Bob Iger to reassert control of Disney. So here's my take on it. I'm going to give you my take on it. It could be right. It could be wrong. It could be completely...
I may be crazy.
I may be crazy. I may be right. I may be crazy.
It just may be a lunatic you're looking for.
And that's me. This seat's just in a weird position today. Anyway, sorry about that. So here's the deal. And you guys can comment about this, some of you that know more about this than maybe I do at this point. Because like I said, a lot of this is really up in the air. Thank you. Oh yeah, share. You already did that. Share. Okay. Want to move on to the next screen? We'll go full blown right into the show. Boom. There we are. So Bob, here's my take on it.
Not even 15 minutes in, I already finished my drink, and you haven't even gassed on us.
I haven't even gassed on us yet, but I will. So here's the deal. Okay. Put yourself in Bob Chapek's position right now. You just get Disney handed to you, okay? Now, obviously, he's worked hard. He's been at Disney for years. He's basically been in charge of the parks, which is a great thing. And then he gets the whole kit and caboodle. What happens? Everything in the world goes absolutely crazy.
I think it was a setup.
Yeah. So Bob Iger retired intentionally just to make Bob Chapek look bad and jump back in. No, that's not what I'm thinking. No. I'm not thinking that. So here's my thought. Okay, Bob Chapek, he's sitting there going, okay, I'm starting to run this whole thing here, and then this happens? Come on, I need some help. I really need some help. Probably makes a lot of sense to pull back the guy who had been running it for 15 prior years and saying, hey, Bob Iger, we'll call him Bob. In the one article, it said the one guy they're calling Bob Iger.
Robert?
Bob Chapek, they're calling him Bob C. See, because he's like there's Bob, and then there's Bob C.
Oh, so you're saying Bob Iger is superior to Bob Chapek?
Bob C. That's what the one article I read said about it. That's how they refer to Bob Chapek versus Bob Iger.
Phil?
Never mind. Okay,
both characters played by the same person.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, so Bob Iger, even as he retired, it said he's going to have a big role in some things Disney related.
Yeah, doesn't he own stock?
doesn't he own stock? Are you kidding me? Are you being serious?
Yeah,
I think he owns maybe about 2 or 3 shares. That's all he can afford.
But when you own stock in something, and you're a shareholder, don't you have to go to shareholder meetings and have input on what direction you want the company to take?
See, now Laura is saying, I wonder if he was asked. And Anthony's saying that's what I was wondering if he was. Now I'm sitting here thinking.
But when you're a shareholder and you go to shareholder meetings, don't you have to put your input on how you want the company to be run or what direction you want it to go in?
Yeah, if you're a shareholder, sure, you're gonna have some input into that. Maybe not like me having 1 or 2 shares or something versus Bob Iger, who's got quite a few. But yeah, no, exactly. Laura and Anthony, there. That's sort of where I was coming from. Was maybe he was asked specifically by Bob Chapek. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm putting myself in Bob C down here. Bob C. Putting myself in his shoes and thinking, man, this is just absolutely insane. This is completely bonkers.
Got David Picciano out there.
All right, Dave, how's it going? So, the world is going completely crazy.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not even going to try and keep up with this. There's just too much going on.
You guys are commenting so much. Marcus can't even keep up with you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Anyway, so you guys brought up basically one of the things I was thinking. Yeah, maybe he was asked. Now, was he asked by shareholders? Was he asked by the board? Was he asked by Bob Chapek? I don't know. But if I were in Bob Chapek's position, I'd be sitting there going, man, this is insane. I need some help here. Bob Iger, okay, you did this for 15 years. We're in a completely unknown situation here. I'm starting to run something completely, something new that I haven't done before. Under the best of circumstances, that's a lot of pressure to take over Disney for all practical purposes, taking over Disney.
You make it sound like it's a hostile takeover.
No. But he was handed Disney. How's that? Here you go, Bob Iger.
Well, at least he earned it.
Here you go, Bob. No, and Bob Chapek has done a lot of stuff over the years. So, he was sort of the odds-on favorite to be the person who was going to take over or have Disney handed over to him. So under the best of conditions, Bob Chapek would be extremely busy, going crazy and stuff. Now we got this whole COVID-19 thing going on. The park's closed. Everything's going nuts. Sure, yeah, I think maybe it's not a bad idea to bring Bob Iger in, whether he's actually taking it back over or whether he's coming in a high leadership role, coordinating with Bob Chapek, but coming in at a very high executive position. Which may or may not look like he's taking it back over again, but a lot of this stuff still has to come out. Some of it has to get panned out. I think still we just have a handful of articles that are out there about it right now. But yeah, I could see Mary saying maybe Chapek wanted help. I think that's my opinion. That's a complete conjecture on my part. I think he had just sort of like gone, what the heck can I do here? Everything's completely crazy. All the parks are closed. Now, here's the other thing where I'm thinking in terms of Bob Chapek, maybe going back to his previous position, even if it's only for a temporary period. So Bob Chapek basically ran the parks. Okay, so that was like his.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Nah, just the parks, no big deal. But that was like his focus. Okay, so running the parks was his focus. So now you bring Bob Iger back in. He sort of manages everything up here. Bob Chapek now, the person who has the experience with the parks, he focuses over the coming months as COVID-19 and hopefully soon becomes something down here. The world starts to open up again. They need to ramp up and open up the Disney parks again. Who's the best person qualified to do that right now? Bob Chapek, I think, probably makes the most sense. So Bob Iger comes in, helps run the company, helps bring things back, get things smoothed out for a while, maybe give Bob Chapek some breathing room, get him back into where he was more comfortable for the time being, and get the parks rolled back out and everything's cool. And then maybe another 6 months from now, maybe the roles switch again. Maybe, Bob Iger goes back into more of a consulting role, still having a lot of input. And Bob Chapek takes it back over, and we go to the parks and we all have fun, and we have Disney magic again, and we can all smile again instead of being stuck at home. What do you think? What's your opinion on that? What are they saying here? Anybody? But yeah, I mean, so let's read a few comments here. Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead and scroll up. Well, 10,000 more comments come in.
Yeah. So a number of people were saying, yeah, maybe Chapek or maybe somebody asked for help or brought Iger back in or asked him to come back in. Panda's looking for a Lysol can. Oh my goodness. Mary says you can do it, Marcus. You can keep up with this. He's given up, Mary. He's given up. Just threw his hands up. So I had to come in the executive position and start running the show again because he couldn't do it anymore.
Running it again?
You run this. You run the chat. I do the show. But now I got to come back in and do this too? Really?
Just cleaned up this mess? Can we keep it clean for like 10 minutes?
So anyway, and that's saying even as in control Disney always is, I'm sure right now they're just, they're as scared as we are. I mean, this is new for everybody. Absolutely for everybody. Laura's saying, what's that?
What? I'm not that scared.
Yeah. So anyway, Laura's saying, Bob C down here, may have just called for some advice from Bob that evolved into a reinstatement. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. Let's see what else here. Stan saying, I sent him a photo of Lysol in a spray bottle this morning that came in. He said it's not what he was looking for. Yeah, the picture doesn't quite work as good as the can. Maybe, that might be a giveaway item.
Yeah, you bunch of comments down here.
Is it actually
on his show?
Are you serious?
Yes.
I did not see that.
No, that didn't happen, but it might happen now.
Yeah, that's just thinking the same thing. It could be a new, we'll have a contest or something for giving away hand sanitizer, Lysol spray.
I don't believe in hand sanitizer personally.
Why is that? I know why, but let's hear it.
Weakens your immune system.
True.
If anything, we should have hand desanitizer.
Actually, I've been somewhat surprised too, because a lot of people have actually, and this is from the CDC and that, actually have said wash your hands, do this, do that first. But if that's not available, then use hand sanitizer. They're definitely not pushing the hand sanitizer, and again, it's I think because hand sanitizer, like you said, it reduces your
also
immune.
All the washing your hands is also destroying people's hands.
Well, my knuckles are a little dry. You're gonna have to use some
Keep washing your hands. You completely destroy them. Open wounds eventually start popping up from washing your hands, and then you get infected that way.
Steve is saying Bob C. might not have had much experience dealing with the unions, and they needed someone who was experienced dealing with them so they can get an agreement to furlough the 43,000 employees. Yeah, I mean, that's a big mess right there in itself. I mean, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of choice at this point. I mean, they kept paying the employees probably longer than anyone else I know. But yeah, that's another point there, Steve, there on that. David saying that this is uncharted territory, so Chapek needs all the help he can get. And again, yeah, I mean, I'd be like, what the heck am I supposed to do here, Bob? And maybe call him back in and, for advice, for whatever. And it worked into more of him coming in as a position to try and get things back in order. Anyway. Okay, I'm still not caught up with these. Jeez, oh man. Okay, so Marcus, it's not even 8:30. Don't give up. It is 8:25. Can you believe that? We actually already talked about a topic. Are you awake?
What do you mean we?
Well, you had a little bit of input. What do you think? What's your take on it? Let's hear your.
I I honestly don't care about it.
You just don't care. You just don't care.
Even if it was a company I did care about, I probably wouldn't care too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mary mentions that a good leader wouldn't just wants the company to succeed. And yeah, I mean, if Bob Iger leaves and Disney just crashes and burns, on the one hand, he could look at it and say, yeah, see what happens when I'm not there. But that's not responsible, and that's not
also,
a good
you just
attitude.
Retired or
resigned.
Resigned is a more appropriate term because it's not really retiring, is it?
Well, it is. But on the flip side, he should be, as it looks like he is. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse today. He's trying to step back in, and he's trying to help. So, if he leaves and things don't go well, that still reflects on him because he's the one who, should have passed on what needed to be passed on to keep the company running well. So,
I think once you resign, you have no obligations to the company at all. But since he was a shareholder, he still had obligations to continue with the company.
So Holly is saying, how do you retire from a place you are passionate about when it needs you the most? You don't want to see it deteriorate. Mary's saying, I only use it. Oh, the hand sanitizer. I only use it when absolutely necessary. See, we're jumping all over the place here.
What do you mean we?
Okay, you read them.
No.
You read them.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Stan says, I can get hand sanitizer in a can, like a can of Coke. I did not know that they offered it like a can of Coke. That's interesting. And let's see, at least they're keeping their medical benefits in order, says Annette. That's true. That's another good plus that they've tried to continue on here. Laura says absolutely. And replying to Annette about the benefits. And let's see, what's Stan saying now? We can tell our cashiers to use hand sanitizer after cash transaction, but we do let them out every 15 minutes so they can wash their hands, which is very good. That's a very good idea. And medical benefits are a big deal, as Mary says. I think we're almost caught up here. Usually if I'm going to a convention or something, I think they're talking about using hand sanitizer when they're on the road somewhere. Well, okay, anyway, and that's saying, some people would work for pennies just to get insurance. Yeah, that's true. I know a few people who've done that in the past. Mary says you're fired.
Well, to be fired implies that I had a job that was paying me to begin with and gave me benefits.
This is true, Mary. This is true. He would have had to have actually had a job.
With pay and benefits to get fired. You can't fire me, I quit.
Laura's saying, do you think Iger asked his wife first? Just, LOL. Yes, absolutely. I believe that's the first person he went to. It is.
How do you know?
It's the first person I would have gone to.
Well, you and Iger
not
aren't
Bob
the same
Iger's
person.
wife, my wife.
You and Iger aren't the same person.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. And that's why I'm not running Disney and don't have probably millions and billions of dollars sitting in the bank. But
intern unpaid, what experience am I getting?
He is getting invaluable experience dealing with people from all over the country, nay, all over the world. As we've had people from Peru and Brazil and Australia and Scotland and other countries watching the show from time to time. Why? We don't have a clue. But we do appreciate the fact that they do watch the show from time to time. Iger, David is saying Iger has a ton of money tied into Disney with stock, so I think it is in his best interest. So you sort of alluded to that earlier about the 2 shares that he has. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Now they're going off on internships and whatnot. To get an internship implies that I wanted the internship too.
I agree with Mary. You have a place to live, that's payment enough.
Yeah, the other
Reading skills.
The other children you had jobs and got paid.
David
and that wasn't just staying at the house.
David says you get our company every Monday at 8 p.m. He's not buying it, guys. Keep it coming. He's just not buying it. You're gonna have to
reading skills, interpersonal relationships, diplomacy. It's a lot more easy to be diplomatic with a person face to face than when they're just sitting at a computer typing in comments to some random person they're watching on the internet.
Is it a lot more easy or is it a lot more easier?
Neither way is grammatically correct.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Oh man, I think we got cabin fever here, gang. It's been over a month, about a month now for lockdown, roughly. Now I was going to work back and forth.
You're getting cabin fever.
So I was getting in and out of the house at least on more of an occasion than these guys. But yeah, I started working from home last Friday. No, not last Friday. The Friday before that. So it was. So this past week, I was working from home all week. Yeah, my eyes watering. Ugh. Sorry about that. Stan says, may I promote the live show we are doing tomorrow night on the Grand Circle Tour Magic ticket holders Facebook page. We're going to have hearts? A bunch of amazing prizes.
They hold hearts?
Stan, no. You cannot promote your...
Mary gave
live
him a go
show
to promote it.
That you are doing tomorrow night on the Grand Circle Tour Magic ticket holders Facebook page, that you are going to have a bunch of amazing prizes. No, Stan, you cannot promote that here. No. Mary says it feels like it's been 300. Yeah, even David, 300 days. And David says no. David's telling.
Yeah, actually, it feels like it's been about a month.
Mary says that he can promote it. Mary, I gotta make Mary. At some point, you got to be a moderator or something. I mean, you are so cool. I know you are a moderator, admin, whatever already.
I am not considering an internship at Disney.
But if you're not exclusive to other groups, and you're allowed at some point, if Stan and David aren't gonna kick you out or something, maybe someday. Anyway. Hey, David. David is there. Dave Jongaward is in the house. He actually posted something earlier where he was talking about he's got a podcast that they record at 7 o'clock on Monday nights. And then after they're done with their podcast recording, he jumps over to watch our show. So I appreciate that, Dave. We got a lot of Dave. We got David. My brother's, or my son's name, David. I don't have a brother named. You know what's interesting? Here's a little tidbit for all you Dave and Daves and Davids and all that out there. When I was born, my mom wanted to name me David. You remember that? Did I tell you that before?
No.
Well,
I know what my mom wanted to name me.
What did she want to name
Rocky.
me? Rocky, yeah. He was going to be Rocky. My name was going to be David. But I was the youngest of 6 kids. 2 of my older sisters wanted to name me Jeff from, I believe it was a character from Father Knows Best. So that's where I got my name. Father Knows Best. I was going to be a David. So our second child, when he was born, that one right there, named him David. As as a tip of the hat to my mom, who wanted to name me David. See? That's how it happened. Do you care? Are you reading any of this stuff? David says, Mary's an awesome person and would be a great help to anyone lucky enough to have her services. I believe that, David. She's an awesome lady. Laura says the internship is really hard work and you have to live in an apartment with 5 other people.
Yeah, I said I wasn't interested in an internship at Disney.
Well, you're getting up there though. You're almost at that age.
But I'm not interested in an internship at Disney.
Why?
Because it involves moving to Florida or somewhere California at best or worst. Not best. It would be Florida at best, California at worst.
Stan's got an interesting point there. He says it's hard to believe that Avengers Endgame came out less than a year ago. It feels like we're living Avengers Endgame right now.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, in a way.
Not really. No. It still doesn't.
If I snap my fingers at half the... Never mind. T9 said, "Oh, T9, hi! I didn't see you out there. Hi, T9."
She's been commenting pretty regularly.
I missed them all. How did I miss them all? Where'd they all go? She says, "I call my daughter by my sister's name all the time. I call my sister Candace." Nice. Let's see, and that says, yes, you just joined this. I just joined this page. Oh, okay. Maybe she means you just joined Stan's page or the Grand Circle Tour. Because we don't let you advertise or do any shout outs like that. We haven't done any shout outs tonight, have we? Rick Forbes was here for a while at the beginning.
What?
Wasn't he here? And then he just disappeared. He just went.
Sounds about right.
Disappeared. Sorry about that, Tina. How did I miss you? I just look at all these comments here. I don't know. I'm just losing my mind. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so we talked a little bit about Bob Chapek, Bob Iger. If you got any more comments, you can throw them out there on the chat. But, okay, I've got something I need to clean up here first for a second. Just for fun. I got to clean this up. Move your arm there for a second. Okay, just 1 second here. Just got to do some quick cleanup. I got to clean this thing up off the floor. There we go. I'll just get that out of the way.
What is wrong with you?
What do you think, guys? Whoop. Oh, I just had to I had to throw that in there for a second.
You really didn't.
I sure did. I had to. Oh. There we go. That was fun. Did you enjoy that? Isn't that cool? That looks cool. That looks cool.
Then you have a black bar at the right side.
I know. I had to. It's just tough to get it in the right spot, but I did
and
that.
It's also during the daytime.
What's that?
That picture's also during the day.
Yeah, it's a little bit brighter, but it's pretty cool how that.
And the chair wasn't there.
Again, how I got it all sort of to like match. I know the chair moved as it went, but yeah, I got most of it to match up. The pictures and everything were pretty much in the same spot. You know, good old.
That was some Muppet Vision 3D caliber of comedy.
Muppet Vision 3D, yeah.
Except I like Muppet Vision 3D.
I do too. You didn't like this though, did you? Oh, come on. That was funny. You got to admit it. This kid just not entertained by anything. Anyways, so yes, that was not the green screen, but
that was the green screen.
The green tissue. Someday what I'm going to try and do is I'll either buy a green screen, which again, they're not very expensive, or I will take this and maybe I'll make my own out of it and I'll put a frame around it. So it's nice, you know. And I just set it up here behind the table when we want to use it. And we have an instant screen that we can project slides and stuff like we did last week. So anyway, and that's saying very Harry Potterish. See, they liked it. They all liked it. Stan says it worked perfectly. It's cool. Annette liked it. Mary liked it. T9 thought it was funny. You're the only one sitting here. Yes, David. David's saying, could you show me how to do that so I can make my kids disappear?
That's mean.
He takes offense to that because he's a kid.
Not really anymore.
Yeah, you're getting on that borderline age now.
Borderline age, I think once you hit at least 16, it's past being a kid.
But yeah, so anyway, Mary is replying to Stan is replying to Mary. He picked up a green screen with a photo of their set. I don't think that's how it works, Stan. No, but it was pretty cool. Before last week's show, I stood back there, got my phone, took a couple pictures of what things looked like behind us.
During the day, when it was sunny out.
And then I took that and I projected it onto the green screen, which was covering the pictures and everything last week. So if you go back and watch that episode, you can see how that worked. And it was a little funky looking. But
what does David mean by why is Marcus so blah tonight?
Tonight? Last week? Week before? Week before that? Okay. You're actually more talkative tonight than usual. You're going to keep going?
I can't think back any further than 13 weeks, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, Mary's saying to Dave John Award, have you seen that guy who has a picture of the couch he hides behind? Yeah, I saw that one actually, Mary. I did see that one. Yeah, he's sitting there and he's got basically he's got some stuff sitting in front of him to make it look like he's not really there. And the kid, pretends to come in, doesn't find him, walks away, and then he pops back out and is reading his newspaper. This would work like that. This would be good. Yeah, T9 is saying I like the one with the dad on the couch with the board with a picture of the empty sofa. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Passive sarcasm?
Who said that? Who has Laura's saying I love Marcus's passive sarcasm. He can be pretty active with his sarcasm some days too.
Would you call it passive though? Passive at best. Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive. Okay. See, I thought I was more the passive aggressive one. Maybe not on this show, but in real life. This isn't real life.
You got that right.
Mary says that is just Marcus. At least he has always been like that since I started watching. And Stan is replying. Stan replying to Stan Solo. How is that possible?
It's happened before. It happens sometime.
Oh, because it's a. I see. It was like a chain of comments that he started. Stan saying, "Not really close, but sort of close. I can't touch my flag from my chair." Not sure what that means exactly. Do you know what that means? I didn't get to read all.
Does he have a Canadian flag?
Could be.
Wow,
Dave John Award says you're the best.
Wow, that means so much.
Thank you, Dave. He needs all the positive feedback he can get right now. Okay, so and that says. Here's a question for whoever might know. Iger came back as executive chairman. Is CEO higher than that? Executive chairman, CEO. I'm betting executive chairman is higher. That's my thought. I don't know for sure.
It's like giving an executive order.
Executive decision. That's a good movie. I haven't seen that in years.
I've never seen it ever.
It's what's his name from Sky High? You know what I'm talking about.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell was in Executive Decision. It was a good movie. Anyway. It's a thread, so he replies to me, but it's himself. Yeah.
He clicks reply. He replies to himself for some reason.
So, hey, Patty, do you want to look up if there is such a thing of what is ranked higher, a CEO or an executive chairman? What do you think? Is the executive chairman higher than a CEO? So I'm thinking executive chairman. Executive chairman is like the person sitting on the board and is in charge of everything. The CEO is in charge of the company. But the executive chairman, I think, is in charge of...
Yeah, the chairman is the member of the board, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, T9 is saying executive chairman, I think, would be higher than executive officer. Excuse me. You know what I need? I need a drink of water. Gaston! And
I am bored.
Kill the beast.
Okay, stop it.
Kill the beast.
And quit being silly.
Okay. Don't step on our green. Don't step on our green screen. Okay, she's stepping in to talk about. We think executive.
No, here's what you think. Okay, so the board hires the CEO. The CEO runs the company. The board usually does not weigh in on decisions, but the board has the ability, if they hate the decision, to get rid of him. They are not it's like saying who has more control.
Well, we think the executive.
No, I'm saying who has more control. The legislature or the executive or judicial. They work together. So while they can get rid of the CEO, if he's doing a good job, they're not going to publicly ridicule him or get rid of him.
Right. If he's doing a good job, why would they?
That's right.
But if he's not doing a good job, they can can him.
Well, we're talking about Bob Chapek here.
Yeah.
I don't think they
Bob
would
Iger.
view.
Bob
I don't
Iger.
think they would view
No,
Bob
I don't
Chapek
think
as
so
doing
either.
a bad job.
I don't think
but
so either.
They probably are concerned.
Yeah. See,
about
there's a
what
lot
he
of
said.
comments
What's
going
the-
here.
Most of your shirt's disappearing.
You've got some green in your shirt. It's flickering.
Look, somebody send help quick. I can't read. Read some of these. The CEO controls the direction of the company. I wouldn't necessarily say he
makes decisions that affect the company's future. It may simply report on those activities to board members. The executive chairman is tasked with presiding over meetings of the board of directors.
Yeah, but the board of directors are going to, if they're not happy, they're going to call a vote and get rid of him.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what this is all about.
No. I would say this had more to do with the fact that we are in unprecedented times, and they're looking and saying, Bob was so
no different.
Bob. I'm calling them both Bob here. Bob Iger.
No. This is official. One of the articles I read, there's Bob and Bob C. Bob
Iger.
and Bob C.
Okay. So, Mr. Iger.
Were you still awake?
Mr. Iger was. How long was he CEO? Do we know how many years?
About 15 years.
Okay, so for the past 15 years, he was involved in so much that he would have the majority of the knowledge. It would make sense to call him back.
Yeah, Mary is saying sometimes the board basically does what the CEO says, and I've seen that. Where some boards are basically rubber stamp, like I think has been mentioned here.
Many boards aren't involved in any of the operations besides making sure that there's a profit.
In a lot of cases that is true.
Yeah.
And getting their check.
Yeah, getting their checks. Yes, we know companies that do that. They don't even care how the profit is made.
Did you get new glasses?
No.
They're the same old glasses there, Stan. Same old glasses.
Yes, because we can't find anywhere to go. Because it's not essential.
Yeah, eyes aren't essential right now, apparently.
Neither are teeth. Your teeth could fall out. Nobody cares.
Who cares?
But you can take your dog up until, last week? You could have taken your dog for shearing, for a bath, and to get it.
That's essential.
Yeah.
You do not want a mangy-looking pet.
But we can have mangy-looking people.
I need a haircut. Can you shave the back of my neck?
No.
Let's do it on next week's show. Just take some off the back.
Goodness, help me, help.
How about if we do it on one of your live streams? A Mother's Random Thoughts on Thursdays at 4. See how I did that? See how I worked that in there just so effortlessly? A Mother's Random Thoughts Thursdays at 4 p.m. Live stream with this lady right here and Jack.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you, Marcus. Read some comments.
He's not even doing that. He's just sitting here like a lump.
Because he doesn't really care about Bob and Bob.
Sometimes, so...
half the topics we talk about, I don't care about. Because they're not topics!
And that says Chapek hasn't really had a chance to do anything good or bad. Right. I do feel the move was necessary to bring Iger back in and try and help get things kicked back on.
Well, the thing
Mary
is...
says she likes the green screen on your shirt. And, and she mentioned a thing about a rubber stamp board. You can have a rubber stamp board. And I've seen that happen. And that says her husband ordered glasses 5 weeks ago and is still waiting.
So
The board, and Mary says, the board at the library is very involved, and other nonprofits I have worked, they are rubber stamp. I am on a nonprofit board. I make nothing. I don't get any money. I'm on our local Goodwill of Youngstown.
And they're a rubber
board.
stamp board.
No, actually, no.
Yeah, you
no,
are. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. You have not been to the meeting. They're
I'm teasing. No, but I have been on some boards too, and the thing is, if you trust the person in charge, you would go along with their recommendations.
right.
If you don't trust them, as a nonprofit, you have very little ability to get rid of them.
Mary says Steve is laughing hysterically in the foyer.
Why?
Because we're being complete insane idiots right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so
We're being
our
insane
board,
idiots.
our board, Goodwill board is very active. If there are things financially,
Okay, how does this relate to Disney?
because we're talking about the executive board and CEO.
Okay.
And you know what? Under different circumstances, I might be interested in all these business terms and boards that you guys are talking about.
Okay, so the bottom line is, it would make sense. Will you stop it?
Don't rip my green screen.
It would. Let's say something happened to Bob Iger, and no, I'm just saying in this situation, if something had happened to him and Bob Chapek takes over, they might call in someone else as a temporary.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like that
yeah.
would be normal.
Yeah,
because,
yeah. Right.
So this is all normal. Why are we talking about this?
What do you want to talk about, Marcus? Mary's asking you. Come on. What do you want to talk about?
Did you guys talk about Disney Nature?
Disney
Nature.
Nature?
Will you watch
You know my
Dolphin
opinion
and
on that.
Dolphin?
No, I didn't.
No.
You didn't watch either of them.
No, I was taking a shower for Dolphin, and I was sitting in the other room watching something on YouTube for the other one.
Where else could you hear somebody say, I was taking a shower for Dolphin?
You know what? Here's my bottom line. I thought they were both good. I like Dolphin better.
I don't care for Disney Nature. I've said that multiple times within the
You
week.
don't care about nature. Okay, so what did Steve say? As a shareholder, I would like Bob to ban.
Which Bob? Bob? I'm assuming he's talking about Bob.
To ban what? I can't
To
read
be
it.
in charge
Oh.
with all the knowledge
To
to
ban?
get the company back on track or as back normal as possible before handing it back over to Bob C.
Okay, so let's ask a question. Let's assume.
And
Did
that's
you ask this question already? Okay.
Probably.
So
She's going to just repeat what I already did.
Let's assume that the park opens June 1st.
What was that noise?
Me.
Okay.
Let's assume that the park opens June 1st.
Let's hope the park opens.
Let's
June 1st.
assume, for the sake of
goodness.
this discussion,
Still
the
me.
park opens June 1st. How soon would you go?
That's a good question. June 1st. If I could. But we never go during the summer.
When would you go, Marcus, if the park opened June 1st?
Although we did. We went first few days of June. That's as far into the summer that we've ever gone. Then we usually take the summer months, and we just don't want to go down there when
Well,
it's
let's see.
95 every day.
I wouldn't go during summer because, one, they're just opening up again, so it's going to be crowded, and
No,
it's already
it probably
hot.
will not be
Oh,
crowded.
you sure?
No, because I
Yeah,
would
they'd
say
probably
that-
limit everything so that you can't get in at all.
No, I would say my.
I wouldn't want to
viewpoint-
go during fall because
Bob
it's food and
Iger-
wine and Halloween.
And that says she'd wait.
And I wouldn't want to go during winter because then it's Christmas.
And
Okay.
Stan loves the Disney nature movies, by the way.
Okay.
what he
Okay,
said.
okay. We don't share the same opinion on that then.
Do you share
many
the
other
same?
things.
Okay. So I think it would not be crowded in June. I think they will probably make you wear masks,
Laura says
not
March
bad.
2021.
and they will probably
March
come.
2021.
Okay, they will probably. Which see, I don't know. We're now influenza and maybe a second round
Yeah.
of this. So, but they probably will have you wear masks, and maybe they'll come up with cute Disney masks that are fun to wear.
Yeah.
I.e., make them more money. It's like Nintendo selling specially
It's
made
like-
SD cards at like double the price of the SD card itself with Nintendo characters on it.
It's
It
like
goes inside your thing. You don't need to look at it.
It's like printing money.
So
yeah, they'll get you coming and going. You have to wear the mask, but they'll be Disney masks.
And then you have to throw it out.
You pay more for it.
and
then you have to buy another one every time you go back in.
It'd be like the ponchos.
Okay, yeah, but
Maybe it could be like the battery charge stations. You go to the station.
And then you
turn
put
in
it
your
inside
old
the
mask,
machine, it cleans it.
and it pops a new one out.
And then it
what
cleans
do they
it.
say?
I think we're nuts.
Masks are not fun.
Masks
How are
are
you
not
supposed to eat?
Well, no, then that's why you exchange your mask for a
Yeah,
new one.
yeah.
You eat and
You
then
go,
exchange
pull it
your
up like
mask.
this, and you go
How is that?
pull it back down.
I don't know.
How is that sanitary for
But
restaurants
they're
where
going
no
to
one's...
be taking your temperature. There'll be
Yeah.
some sort
Yeah.
of body scanning temperature thing.
Yeah,
Well,
$32.99 each is what Mary says.
Yeah, not surprised there.
Yeah, I did actually.
What?
Annette made a point.
I'm
here.
not surprised that
Someone
they sell
posted
masks.
a picture of Japan Disney, and apparently they already sell.
I'm
Disney
not
masks.
surprised because during allergy season, everyone wears masks in Asia.
no,
They do. They are much more mask.
yeah, but they live on top of
friendly
each other.
over there. They do live on top of each other.
So,
That doesn't-
are
doesn't
you
sound right.
pro-mask, like forever?
I don't.
Why? No, not forever. It'll never happen.
I'm pro mask for the next 10 seconds. Then I'm done.
You don't have a mask on. Okay, so what-
Dave says, yep, he agrees, Marcus. He
okay,
agrees with
so you're gonna go through a body scan that tells your temperature,
You're just hijacking this whole show.
and then
Honestly,
you're
I
gonna
don't
have a
mind. It's
mask.
taking over for me.
And I'm getting out of here. But then you're gonna have
you're-
Asians
no,
wear
you're
masks
welcome.
in Disney
You're
all the time. Asians wear masks all the time.
They do.
Not just in Disney,
in
all
the cities
the time.
and public
Why are you
places.
so angry about the mask?
Because
He
this is
really-
something I am knowledgeable about.
Oh, he is really.
He's very knowledgeable about Asian society.
No, not forever.
In Japan,
Wait.
everyone's allergic to cedar trees for some reason, so they all wear masks then.
So.
What?
Cedar, that's got a weird
No,
smell.
they brought them in
Okay.
because they weren't from...
Because of the
A lot of people wear
pollution.
masks in China
Okay.
because of pollution. Yeah,
But
that's what
they
Stan
are
says.
really crazy about germs.
Mary says she'll fail the temperature test. Do you have like a
You
normally
run
higher
high?
body
Because
temperature?
we run low.
She
They're
runs
gonna,
low.
They're gonna. I'll go through and they'll say, "Oh my, honey, you're going in hypothermia there."
Yeah, they're gonna be like, I think is she alive? Is she breathing? Mary, yeah. So Mary, I hope you don't fail the temperature test. And that says when you see a group of Asians in Times Square, they all wear masks. Yeah, it's just a completely different mindset as far as wearing masks over there versus over here. It's definitely not something we're used to. It may be something that they're going to try and make us get used
Okay,
to. I
Mary
don't know.
said I am. What is she?
Yeah, I probably won't wear a mask ever.
She says, I've seen him. Let's see, replying to. I'm not sure.
I'm always higher than normal. Ooh.
Ah.
See, I am always lower than normal. But so here's my problem with masks.
Aaron, I know you're late, but that's okay.
Here's my problem with masks.
Nice to see you.
Okay, so can
Oh, Stan's got to head out. But anyway, before you head out, Stan, I'll throw a plug out to you because I didn't really do plugs tonight. We sort of went off on went actually right to the topic. But Stan, from the Solo Show, thanks for joining us again tonight. And he's also on the Grand Circle Tour
this might
podcast,
sound-
which apparently they're doing a live stream tomorrow night. So, might want to jump on that because it sounds like they're giving away prizes,
somebody's calling me?
including probably Lysol.
This might sound insensitive, but sometimes people just need to get sick. It's just a way of life.
Hello.
You know what? I never turned that light on. I never
No,
turned it
you
on.
didn't. And you still haven't talked about the
I'll be right back.
hidden camera.
Oh, yeah. The hidden I didn't say anything about a hidden
No,
camera. You
oh,
said that.
Yeah, I said it, and then you said something about it.
See you, Stan. And hopefully we'll be able to join that show tomorrow night or watch it or see what's going on with the giveaway. And actually, the Monorail Tales, I think at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll be recording a show. I think it's going to be a fun show. It'll probably make its way on the podcast airwaves probably on Friday of this week. So that one's going to be interesting. Okay, do you want to see this? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'm going to throw this out there. This is just another one of these, what you call it, LSOD?
LSOD?
LSOT. Right?
LSOD.
Is that what you call it? What does that stand for?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
Yes, you do. Come on.
Experimental live stream of tomorrow.
Okay, so we're going to try something a little different here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's see what happens, gang. This is just, again, just another experimental thing that I'm trying out just for kicks. We're going to see what happens. It's got a little bit of a delay. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch us over to, if I can get it there. There we go. The iPhone screen link. Okay, ready for this? Check it out. So again, this is going to be somewhat delayed, but this is what we see. This is our point of view.
That's trippy.
Isn't that trippy? So that's that.
We've reached the point where it just keeps going inside of itself.
We got screens everywhere, gang. We got that.
We've reached the point where it just keeps going inside of itself.
We got that. This is our dining room. There's our microphone up there. There we go. We've got another screen over here. We've got our lighting over here. We've got keyboards galore.
If they get rid of parades and fireworks shows, do you think they'll lower the price of the ticket price? Honestly, I don't think so.
What's that again? If they do away the parades, fireworks, that's what Steve's saying.
Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't either. What do you
They
think?
got really greedy in the last few years with the ticket prices and annual pass holders. Ticket prices.
We come back to our...
And then you have
here.
to...
Yeah.
Then you have to deal
this
with...
is pretty trippy, isn't it, guys?
Then Then you have to deal with restaurants probably not giving refills on drinks. Do you think they'll lower prices of drinks?
That's true. Now that the restaurants are not going... Yeah, even after this is all over.
Over half of what you're paying for with the drink is getting the refill.
That's going to be an interesting thing, yeah, because they don't... they're not going to want to have people touching their glasses and stuff. And there, bunched up in the corner,
Touch my glasses.
is my green screen.
I'm touching my glasses.
Why are you touching your glasses?
You don't get the joke?
What's that?
That they don't want people touching their glasses?
Mary's asking how many screens are there.
How did you not get that
Yeah.
joke?
1, 2, 3, 4. And this screen I've got split into 2 screens right now. This is our OBS studio. This is our Restream comment feed right here. That's something I'm going to be showing here in a few minutes. And yeah, so we've got screens all over the place here, Mary. Everything. So anyway, I thought that would be just somewhat interesting to show you a little bit more of our point of view during the show. And I can actually do this too. Let me do this real quick. This is going to look trippy as well. You ready? Oh my goodness. Look at us. We look pretty bad. I got the whisker thing going. This camera, this is my iPhone. This one shows a lot more detail. You can see all my whiskers on this one. That's pretty sad. I need a bad shave. What do you think?
I thought you needed a good shave.
I do. I need a good shave. So we're going to go back, and here, I'll flip this back around. So we're going to go back here, and we're going to go and bring it back to the live show. And there we are. So wasn't that cool? It was interesting, wasn't it?
It was a mild distraction from the show.
Yeah, it was. It was. So anyway, yes, that is Baby Yoda, Laura. That is Baby Yoda.
No, it's not.
Well, okay. It is. What is it? What are we calling? What are we calling it?
I'm not saying it.
The young one. We're calling this the young one. And before everything went crazy in the world, this was going to be one of our prizes. We will get back to it, I promise you. But this is the young one, I guess we'll call him. Okay? And yeah, he's sitting here right next to my monitor, one of my monitors. Just sitting here staring at me. Kim is late. Kim. But that's okay.
I'm sorry, don't you mean Amy?
Yeah, Amy. Yeah, Mary. We're calling this the young one for copyright infringement issues.
Did they even copyright the child?
I don't know. I'm assuming they did. They had to have. Disney would have somehow copyrighted or done something. Anyway, Mary's saying, yeah, the world is going to change. Aaron's saying I have to stop myself from touching my... Oh, is that what you were talking about? About touching your glasses?
No, you said they don't want people touching their glasses in reference to drink refills.
Yeah.
How did the joke just...
Because I was concentrating on my video thing here. Yeah. Anyway, and that's saying this will be a bigger change than after 9/11. That's possibly true.
Yeah, the changes after that really did help.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. TSA. It's going to be interesting though, because like your mom was saying, right after, let's assume they open June 1st. Is it going to be completely nuts? Yeah, it might be. But it's going to take maybe some time to ramp things back up. They're going to have to do some training, to get people back into the swing of things. Before they open back up. And I'm thinking it's going to be a mixed bag. I mean, I personally, if it wasn't summer, I'd probably go. If we had the money. On top of that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Why is that?
Just middle of summer,
well, no,
just opening up again.
June 1st isn't so bad. We've gone as late as I think June 2nd.
Yes, I will eat at a buffet.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, Mary's saying, well, does anyone want to eat at a buffet anymore?
Unless they do it in the style of Ohana. That's how you can make a buffet work.
Yeah, that's
you
a little
specifically
different.
say what you want. They'll bring you a thing of it.
That's a little different than the typical buffet type thing, yeah.
But it was still a buffet, in a way.
It is.
Except you don't get up to get it.
Right. They come to you. Sort of like that Brazilian steakhouse place that we've been to.
They carry it around. They give you the thing.
They just cut the skewers and stuff and meat and everything right off. And
but yeah, I would probably still eat it one.
Yeah, and that says your audio and lips are out of sync. Yeah, I sort of figured that with the remote camera thing that we were doing, because it's delayed probably about 5 or 10 seconds. So that's why I just wanted to just do it quick enough so you can sort of see what things look like, but not necessarily because they were out of sync a little bit. But anyway, okay, so let's finish the night off. You ready? I said finish the night off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sam, I knew that would catch your attention. We're going to finish the night off.
It didn't.
What's that?
Catch my attention.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to finish the night off with a little bit of Disney history. Okay? This day in Disney history.
No, I don't think we've been to Fogo de Chao.
To where? No, we have not. We have not. Kim says no buffet for me, but I didn't eat at them before this either. So, okay. Before we start with the Disney history, though, real quick, shout out to Dave and Kim over at Now That's Disney, because I didn't get to do that earlier. And I did mention the Monorail Tales. We're going to be recording tomorrow night. And what else do I have here? Disney podcast group. Thank you for letting us share. We talked about Now That's Disney, the Disney World Florida Fun for Everyone. Jay and Lane out there, if they're watching. Crazy for Mickey. Thank you for letting us post. And I'm not even going to plug our own group, WDWpov. We have a page, we have a group, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have a website. But I'm not going to plug us tonight. I think that's about it. Okay, I think we're good. So, let's get back to the show. Okay, Mary says the question is, do you have the right day pulled up? Yes, Mary, I double and triple checked. I'm glad you remember. And let's see, who is that? Vetter Mikkel? Is that, how would you pronounce that?
I don't know.
He says hey. And I'm glad to see you're over there on YouTube watching.
I'm not the foreign pronunciation expert.
If you get a chance, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you follow the, do that thing where you click the bell and you subscribe to the channel. And that way when our show comes up next week and the week after and stuff like that, you'll get notifications, hopefully, better than Facebook did tonight, because Facebook apparently dropped the
Even
big
the
ball.
bell doesn't work on YouTube. Nobody wants you to get
Oh,
notifications
thank you,
anymore.
Mary. Look, Mary's reminding me. Okay, Gina and Todd's group. Oh my goodness. You know what? The funny thing is, with Disney Adventures Tribe with Todd and Gina, I hope that they've popped into the show briefly over the last few weeks. They're starting to touch back a little bit, but we need to get them back on the show more on a regular basis, because they're fun to. They leave some good comments, so as well, and we miss that. So okay, Steve's saying something about when they bring it to your table family style. I can see that, and they still might have buffets. They will just give you the food instead of you getting the food yourself. It's probably what's going to have to happen. I do need another drink. I really am hoarse tonight. Sorry. Gaston! Okay. Yeah, Mary's saying that, Todd's working a lot because he's working for Amazon, and that's got to be going crazy right now. More so than usual. They're busy normally, but now they got to be like completely nuts. Thank you, Annette, for the Gaston. And Kim is saying, or at least maybe have the food covered a little bit better during like buffet type style stuff. So let's move on to our this day in Disney history. Let's see if we can pull that up here. Look at that. It's almost like it fits just like I had planned this out ahead of time. Can you believe that?
Probably because you did.
I did. I actually prepared for the show. Can you tell? So, you're going to be interested in some of this stuff, so pay attention, okay? Okay, so we're going to go through this day in Disney history, which is a great website. It's fun to pull up little fun factoids every day, and it's just that simple. This day in Disney history. So look it up online sometime. It's an interesting site, and I like to go to it periodically just to see what they've got going and what's going on that day. So let's start. And look, it is April 13th. What? Okay, come on, what? You can tell. Go ahead.
No. He's replying to you specific. He's responding to you specifically.
But you can tell me so I don't have to keep going like this.
It's the most recent comment.
I see it
right
now.
At the bottom.
So Steve says he hadn't heard my Jimmy Stewart Mary yet tonight. Actually, I did do it very early on, Steve. But clear my throat, get my Jimmy going. Mary, Mary. Is that good? Did I do it okay? Mary. Always love doing that. Okay. Don't get me off on a tangent, Steve. Come on. I'm trying to actually do a show here. Okay. So, Thomas Jefferson was born today in 1743. Look at that right there. 1743. And of course we know where we can see Thomas Jefferson at Disney. You know of two places? Just read the thing and you'll be able to tell. Hall of Presidents. Yeah, and where else?
American Adventure.
Right.
I'm sorry. Epcot.
American
Adventure.
Yeah, you always got to put that in there. 'Cause, just like every Disney movie is always Disney's.
No. Not everyone.
Just about.
Some are Disney.
True. So anyway, today is Thomas Jefferson's birthday. This one's interesting. This is going back to 1887 here. Look at this. 1887. The character actor Christian Rubb, the voice and physical likeness of Geppetto in Disney's 1940 Pinocchio, is born in Austria today. 1887. That's hard to believe that he was born that long ago. And it's funny.
I believe it.
I mean, but it's cool. I mean, And it says, coincidentally, Rub is featured in the 1940 version of Swiss Family Robinson, the exact version Disney bought up the rights to when planning its remake. So, I don't know. Probably not a coincidence. What do you think? Do you think it was a coincidence?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Okay, let's keep on moving here. There's a few other interesting things. Some of these things are just like, you read them and it's like, no big deal, no big deal. And then you read the details and you're like, wow, I never knew that. We'll skip 1931. You guys can read that yourself at some point. This one, 1935. How many of you remember this cartoon? The kangaroo cartoon with Mickey Mouse?
Also called Mickey's Kangaroo.
Exactly. And
you can catch it on one of the Mickey
on
Mouse Club show.
That's true. Which one was it? Do you remember?
It was either the first or the second one.
Might have been the first or second episode that they have of the Mickey Mouse Club on Disney Plus. So if you watch that, they do a little, movie short thing, and it was Mickey's Kangaroo is one of them. How many of you seen that, or do you remember that episode? That was from back in 1935. So again, way back. Are you gonna just hum the rest of the night?
Is there anything here in particular that you thought I would be interested in?
I thought you'd be interested in that one. In fact, you remembered where you saw it.
Yeah, I remembered because it was like less than 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Or 3
and,
weeks
and
ago.
now, see, we're seeing it in 1935. We're seeing that that's the anniversary date of it. Was today. Let's see. This is interesting. Okay. This is a little odd, but again,
he was 60 or at least in his late 50s when he did it.
Yeah. So you got. Are you looking at this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So television, film, and voice-over actor Ron Perlman, the voice of Stabbington Brother. I like how they just Stabbington Brother.
Why not the Stabbington Brothers?
I don't know. It's just Stabbington Brother. In Disney's 2010 animated Tangled, is born in New York City today, 1950. His Disney voice credits also include episode of Kim Possible, but Perlman's breakthrough role was Vincent in the TV series Beauty and the Beast, opposite of Linda Hamilton from 87 to 1990. It was not a Disney production, however, but still there's that connection that this guy did. It wasn't a Disney production, but it was Beauty and the Beast. So. And it earned him a Golden Globe for that role. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We'll skip that one.
Man, not interesting.
Man, it's 1964. Yeah, that's interesting. No. Still not that.
That's not interesting to you?
You want to read it? Go ahead. Read that one.
Actually,
no. Go ahead. It's interesting. Are you talking about this part?
No. I was talking about the one below that.
Sword and Stone, or this one?
No, I was talking about that.
That's the one I thought was a little interesting. 1964. The first one is okay. Okay, whatever.
Decent at best.
But yeah, second one. You want to read that one? Go ahead. Take it. It is interesting. Go ahead. You do this one.
Okay.
Come on. This is your internship. Come on. You got to... Go ahead. I'm being you now. Okay, go ahead. Come on, seriously.
Stand-up comedian and actress. Oh man. Caroline Ray.
Caroline Ray
is born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
And Stan had to jump off the show, didn't he?
She's the voice of Linda Flynn Fletcher, Phineas and Candace's mother and stepmother to Ferb.
Yeah.
On Disney Channel's animated series, Phineas and Ferb.
But it's funny because I like how they even point out, it's Phineas and Candace's mother, but stepmother, which not a lot of people remember that.
Well, they are stepbrothers.
Stepmother to Ferb, right. So that's a pretty cool thing. 1965. This one's sort of interesting. Walt Disney.
Well, wait.
What?
Candace and Phineas are Flynn, and then Ferb is Fletcher.
True.
Which should tip you off.
So in 1965 today, Walt Disney and his brother Roy and other Disney executives visit the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Walt has become friendly with Werner von Braun, the director of the center and technical advisor of 3 space-related television films that Disney produced in the 1950s. And it's interesting because on the Huntsville Times headline, it says, Walt Disney makes pledge to aid space. Walt is quoted as saying, if I can help through my TV shows to wake people up to the fact we've got to keep exploring, I'll do it. And then von Braun in his daily journal indicates his hope that Walt's visit, quote, may easily result in a Disney picture about manned spaceflight.
It did.
It did, didn't it? Yeah. So that's interesting. That was in 1965. That was...
and then we have nothing going on for another...
And then it jumps, yeah. It's 1965 to 2001. So apparently April 13th was a pretty blah day and for like about 40 years there. 35 almost.
And then in 2001, it's not even that interesting.
No, it isn't. It really isn't. Although this one actually, we got to jump back up here for a second. The 7th Grammy Awards are held, and this is back in 1965 still.
Back when the awards actually mattered.
That's right. And the best original score for a motion picture or television show goes to composers Richard and Robert Sherman, the Sherman brothers, of course, for their work on Disney's Mary Poppins, one of my absolute favorite movies. And to put this in perspective, the best new artist for 1964 is awarded to the Beatles. That's interesting. So we're dealing with the Beatles and Mary Poppins in the same year. Shia LaBeouf, no, we'll skip that.
If it was Holes, maybe.
Maybe if it was Holes, we could read it, but no, Shia LaBeouf. Oh, this is interesting. 2002. Okay, get this one. Okay, anyway, let's jump back here. And that's saying Ron Perlman, Remember Beauty and the Beast. Yep. And that's saying, did you watch it? It was fantastic. Yeah, I used to watch some of them. I wasn't a big TV series Beauty and the Beast person, but I do remember it. Okay, 2002. This is interesting. Lucky Disney World fans, keep that in mind, lucky Disney World fans get an opportunity to see Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama, the newest area of Animal Kingdom. The After Hours event features 17 limited edition pins and pin sets. That's pretty cool. A private dinner in Dino Land, USA. That's okay. It's okay. It could be fun. Access. What?
But what do they serve there now? It's just a quick serve there.
It was probably a special. I'll bet they had some special thing made up for it.
Okay, Triceratops spin.
Access to the theme park's newest attractions, Triceratops spin,
which is just Magic Carpet / Dumbo, except it doesn't have the cool spin like Magic Carpets of Aladdin does, where you're getting sprayed with water and get to tilt the carpet around.
And Primeval Hurl. And a special performance of the Tarzan Rocks stage show. Do you guys remember? Do any of you remember Tarzan Rocks? That is where Nemo is now. But back when it opened up and back during the early days of Animal Kingdom, it was Tarzan Rocks. So, yeah, interesting. Special event which runs from 7 to 10 p.m. is at a cost of $125 per person. Excellent. $125 so that you can ride Primeval Whirl and Triceratops Spin. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wait, was Phil Collins there for it though?
If he was
that would have made it even more worth it.
There you go. That could have been an extra bonus.
It would have mentioned if he was there.
Yeah, Annette remembers it. Tarzan Rocks. Okay. And Mary says we went to a pin event in Animal Kingdom, but not that one. That's probably a good thing because I don't know. Mary, I can't see you going on Triceratops Spin or Primeval Hurl in particular, but maybe you like it. I don't know. I take the kids. I take Marcus and Douglas, and we go on there, have fun. Okay. Mary says yes. Tarzan Rocks. I saw that pin. Okay. Let's move along. Anything else good here? 2004. And once you get into the later years, usually it's just a bunch of junk. It's not so great.
Only stuff that I'm familiar with.
What's that?
Stuff within the last 20 years.
Yeah. Well, it's, Okay, 2004 tribute concert for composer Henry Mancini is held at the new Walt Disney World Concert Hall. Hosting celebration are
Walt Disney World Concert. It's just Walt Disney.
Walt Disney Concert Hall. But hosting the celebration are Julie Andrews of Mary Poppins, Disney's Mary Poppins, and Senator John Glenn. He used to be one of our senators here in Ohio. The third American in space. Late Henry Mancini, best known for his jazz idiom theme to the Pink Panther series, also wrote the music for Disney's 1986 animated feature, The Great Mouse Detective. Did you know that? Did you know Henry Mancini?
No.
I had no
Obviously
clue.
one of his lesser known.
No clue whatsoever. I did not know that. So that's what I mean. You start reading some of these things and you're like, what? Really? I had no idea. Interesting, though. What Henry Mancini also, was it, what's the movie? Is that him? Or am I thinking of someone else? I'm thinking of someone else. That's a different
You're
thing.
thinking of...
Yeah, I know. I don't think we need to... Oh, this is somewhat interesting. Okay, this is one of those things again. I started to read it and I'm like, Okay, I don't ever like to read these because it's sad. But it says Salvador Tudi Camarada, who helped establish and run Disneyland Records for nearly 20 years, passes away at the age of 91 in Burbank, California. Starting in 1956, he played an important role in building up the Disney Studios' already well-known library of original music and provided some significant additions to the studio's cast. Camarada introduced Sterling Holloway, who became the voice of Winnie the Pooh, and helped convince Louis Prima and Phil Harris to provide the voices for King Louie, the ape, and Baloo, and the bear in the Jungle Book. So this guy was he was in the thick of it here. Camarada also produced records for such early Disney stars as Annette Funicello and Haley Mills. Over the course of his time with Disney, Camarada's 300 plus recordings earned a total of 8 Grammy Award nominations. During his diverse career, Camarada arranged music and played trumpet for a wide range of artists, including Bing Crosby, Jimmy Dorsey, Ella Fitzgerald, Benny Goodman, and Billie Holiday. So this guy obviously had a pretty full life. So, cool. I think it's just one of those people that, was in the heart of Disney stuff and you just never really hear much about it. But there you go. We don't really need that. That's okay.
That movie, 2011? No.
2011 film Prom? Nope, I don't think we need to worry about that. I think we're pretty much done. Okay, there's Disney Nature Films. Chimpanzee was released on this day in 2012 in downtown Disney, not Disney Springs. And the Muppets apparently were doing a promotion for the Big Apple and got some kind of recognition from Mayor Michael Bloomberg back in the day. I don't know why I said it like that. And I think that's about it. Is there anything else here? No, that's not really important. Oh, yeah. There you go. Go ahead. Go read that one.
No. You do it.
2015, the Boathouse, all caps. Make sure you do it in all caps because that's the official way to write the Boathouse. The, and then Boathouse, capital letters. That's legit. That is actually a legit thing. If you ever want to get on the Disney Moms panel, they ask you questions and they'll look for things like that. And if you don't have it exactly the way it's supposed to be, the exact nomenclature, you won't get on the Disney Moms panel. Anyway, 2015, can you believe that's only 5 years ago? Doesn't it seem like it's been around a lot longer than that? Yeah. How many of you out there have been to the Boathouse?
Club 33, no one really cares.
Well, Club 33, I would care if I could ever go to it.
Which you probably can't.
Probably can't.
Because you don't have...
Bucket list. But
yeah, college fund for someone, literally anyone, or Club 33.
Are you hinting at something?
No, I don't. I'm not even sure if I want to go to college.
Okay. Jeez. Anyway, so 2015, I don't know how many of you have been to the boathouse. We've been there on a number of occasions on different trips. And yeah, we do like going there. We were there one time where, I can't remember exactly what happened, but the manager came out. Something wasn't exactly right. And, we just said, I don't know, Patty or somebody said something about, this wasn't great. We've been here before and we've really loved it. But, this one thing was just not quite up to standards. And we're just thinking, okay, he's going to, whatever. He'll just apologize. Big deal. He ended, oh my goodness. If you could bend over backwards to break your back, that's what this manager did for us. I mean, he just went way over the top with, it was just crazy. I mean, I think they ended up practically giving us almost our entire meal for free. I think they charged us for one of the kids' meals or something ridiculous. Yeah. And then on top of that, I mean, and it was something so minuscule. It wasn't like we were saying, oh, we hated everything and blah, blah. No, it was just like one little thing. And he said, I appreciate you telling us that. And we want to try and keep improving and, so on and so forth. Yeah, they charged us for like one kid's meal for the 5 of us to eat there.
And weren't you trying to finish off like a Disney gift card with that meal too?
I think I was, and I couldn't use it because it was like our last meal of our trip. We were going home right after that. And then what does the guy do? He pulls out he gives us the dessert menu, and he just says, what do you guys want off the dessert menu? No charge, whatever you want. So we order some stuff off the dessert menu. And then he says, we did not pick the baked Alaska. But he said, I got to bring one of those out for you anyway. So he brings out this baked Alaska that's
which we never got close to finishing.
Oh my God, you're not kidding.
That was a quarter of what they make.
Yeah, it was up to here, baked Alaska. And then, if that wasn't enough, what does the guy do? Have you ever been on the, what do they call them? What are those boats called? It begins with an A.
Hydro.
It begins with an A. What are the cars? The
Aqua something.
Hey, Patty.
Okay. Last few things here really aren't that interesting.
I know, except the paint the light is not bad. But yeah, so he says on the house we're gonna give you a ride on the boat thing. The car boat thing. I can't think. Mary knows it. She's gonna have it.
I think it's called a buoyancy operated aquatic transport, also known as a BOAT.
A BOAT. Anyway, we get on one of the nice red car. Aqua boats. It's that's not it either though. It's something else. Aqua something.
Aqua cars. No, it's
what's
not.
What's the name of those car boats at the boathouse? It's Aqua. It begins. It's like that. Oh, now this is gonna drive me nuts, Mary. T9, you got to know this one. Come on, help us out here. Boathouse. Boat cars. Let's see what we get here. Amphicars. Amphicars. That's it. AMPHICAR. Amphicars. That would have driven me nuts. So anyway, he gives us a free ride on that too. We're like, okay. So anyway, but free advertising for the boathouse. We do enjoy the boathouse. We love going there. We still go there on occasion when we haven't been there for a while because we haven't been to Disney for a while. But it was one of our pretty much regular stops. We'd usually go there once, at least, during a trip for that span of time. Amphicars. Oh my goodness. Yeah, amphibian. Thank you. And Mary, that's, yeah. And yeah, Mary, those things are so expensive. It's like $100+ to ride one of those things. And the guy's like, here, have baked Alaska, ride the Amphicar, do this, do that. I'm just like, psh, okay. We appreciate it very, 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 very much. Anyway, last thing we're going to talk about real quick. 2018 Paint the Night Parade officially debuts in Disney's California Adventure after soft opening the day before. Basically, it's like a successor to Main Street Electrical Parade, which we really want one of those two. We want some kind of nighttime parade back at Disney World, down, like right down Main Street, going through the Magic Kingdom. Please, Disney, can you please bring it back? Bring one of them back to us. I know we didn't have Paint the Night, but we did have the electrical, parade. Please bring it back, or give us something for a good nighttime parade there. Mary says they did the Chris Craft boat at the Yacht and Beach. It's we did I think something like that at was it the Polynesian? I think it was the Polynesian. Yeah, I think we did that at the Polynesian. Something, if it's the kind of boat I'm thinking you're talking about. But anyway, that pretty much wraps us up for the night. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we had pretty diverse conversation. We had a lot of good comments out there tonight. I hope we, brought you some awareness about the Bob and Bob thing. Bob and Bob C. Things are very interesting. We're still basically taking it one day at a time here. I hope you're all doing well in your respective homes and lockdown situations, and we just wish you the best and stay safe. And I think that's about it. And it was a really good show. Thank you, Annette. So let's finish it off again. If you get a chance, share our group to other people out there. Share it to your friends and stuff, and add some more people to the mix. It's always fun to have some new thoughts and things and points of view and all that good stuff. And I think I came off to go back through the comments, but I think it might have been Jeff mentioned something about going to the dog kennel, I think this Friday, and saying he might try and get around and take some pictures of basically the parks, in their empty state. So I'd be interested to see if he can get some pictures and maybe post them on the group. That'd be really appreciated. And I'm sure you guys would be interested in seeing that. So share the group with your friends. YouTube, subscribe, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, page. We got a page and a group, by the way. So if you're on the page and you're not in the group, try and join the group too. We usually there's a little bit more in the group, not a ton more, but there's a little more in the group, and it's a little more interactive. So try and do that too. Join the group, and I think that's about it for now. We appreciate everyone out there, and we do truly think of you as our friends and family, our extended family. And again, please stay safe. Take care, and I think we'll go ahead and wrap up our endings. I hope that didn't come through the mic.
I doubt it. You laughed way too much.
Wow. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
On the count of three. We didn't do the whole song last week, you know that. We sort of started.
We did the actual version that they did on the first few episodes of the show.
That's right. I was going to say it was a little different. So, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC, see you real soon. KEY, why? Because we like you. We like ya.
Why? Because we like ya. MOUSE. Thanks, everyone. Have a very pleasant, magical, pixie-dusted, and safe week. And we'll see you again next week at 8 o'clock on Monday night. Have fun. Bye.